Good morning and welcome to the Crawford County Board of Commissioners meeting for January 24th. We're going to start with the pledge with Commissioner Sell.
All rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Scott. I need approval of minutes from the full session on January 10th.
So moved.
I'll second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
Joe.
Yes.
I need approval of minutes from the work session on January 17th, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seeley.
Yes.
Joe.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes. And approval of payment of bills in the amount of $2,228,411.96 for the period ending January 23rd, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
It's properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Joe.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
There were no executive sessions. Any public comment? Okay. We'll start with the Conservation District.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Morning, Tracy.
So 2 items today on behalf of the Crawford County Conservation District's Ag Land Preservation Board. The first is to request your approval and signature on the certification of funds for this program in the amount of $5,000. This is a budgeted item.
I will make that motion.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
Joe.
Yes.
Item B today also then to request payment on those $5,000 funds, as well as the administrative funds for $4,500, and both of those again are budgeted items.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seeley.
Yes.
Joe.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tracy, real quickly before you leave, I have those certificates that had to be signed. Do those have to go back to you?
One will go to you, and 2 go back to me.
Okay. I have them upstairs. I'll get them to you if you leave today. Thank you.
Domestic Relations.
Good morning.
Morning, Jane.
Morning.
We just had a parking increase by the city of Meadville, raising our spaces from $40 to $50 per month. It is a budgeted item. The contract is approved by the county solicitor, and the cost of the county are $4,080 per year.
So moved.
Second.
It's properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Joe.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Juvenile Probation.
Good morning, Jen.
Morning.
Morning, Jen.
I have 2 items. First item is seeking approval for our maintenance agreement to cover the amount of $3,940, which is a budgeted item. This covers our warranty and support agreement for our electronic monitoring equipment and the telecom fees for 10 units for 1 year.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
Joe.
Yes.
Thank you. Second item is requesting approval for our youth level of service case management inventory test usage agreement. That became effective January 1st of this year. This is between the Juvenile Court Judges Commission and comes from the budgeted, from the county budget. The cost of the YLS assessment has increased to $3 per assessment, and this is due to new software that connects our case management system to the copyright owner of the YLS.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seeley.
Yes.
Joe.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
The Clerk of Courts.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hi, Patty.
Morning,
Morning,
Patty.
Patty.
I am here requesting payment for my annual association dues to both the Clerk and Prothonotarians Association and to the Register and Orphans Court Association. They're each $625. They cover the year of 2024, and they are in the line items in the budget.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second. This is specifically Commissioner of the Register and Wills, Clerk of Orphans Court.
Yeah, I think we'll take them separately
Okay.
because they're
Oh,
listed
separate,
separately.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Joe.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes. And I will move to issue payment to the Pennsylvania State Association of Prothonotarians and Clerks of Courts.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah.
I'll second
There's a
that.
lot of syllables in that association.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
Joe.
Yes.
Thank you, Patty.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Adult probation.
Morning, Commissioners.
Hey, Trevor.
Hi,
Trevor.
Trevor.
I have two items this morning. Approval to pay the invoice in the amount of $3,873 for the 2024 live scan maintenance fee to the Pennsylvania Chiefs of Police Association.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 And next, approval to pay the invoice in the amount of $1,133 for the 6th Class County Annual Assessment for County Chief Adult Probation Parole Officers Association.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 Thank you.
Thank you.
The Chief Assessor.
Good morning.
Morning,
Good
Joe.
morning, Joe.
I'm here to ask you to ratify a payment for a check that's already been cut to the Assessors Association of Pennsylvania for the Winter Certified Pennsylvania Evaluator Class and Registration for Evaluator Trainee Nick Lynch in the amount of $2,350. Classes start Monday. The book should be here today.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call. Yes.
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 Thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Your registering quarter.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning,
Morning,
Beth.
Beth.
I'm here this morning to request approval of the Pennsylvania Quarter Deeds annual membership fee in the amount of $625. This is a budgeted item.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 Okay. Second item is requesting approval of the Pennsylvania Register Wills and Orphans Court annual membership fee in the amount of $625. This is a budgeted item.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 Okay, and lastly, requesting approval for the Reynolds Business Systems invoice in the amount of $1,922.80 for the annual fees for ongoing storage of register and recorder PDFA images. This is also a budgeted item.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call. Yes.
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 Thank you, Beth.
Thank you.
Public Safety, Director Beveridge. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
I've already used that today, just so you know.
Yeah, he's gonna go sing a sad country song somewhere. Yeah.
Alrighty. We'd like to approve the agreement with the Spader Company for annual inspection of the public safety buildings generator at a cost of $722.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 I'm gonna get this one piece at a time. So, I'd like to approve the purchase of 2 pilot guides for our protocol system at a cost of $1,194.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 I'd like to approve the agreement with Breathing Air Systems for the annual maintenance of the air trailer at a cost of $1,571.75.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call. Yes.
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 Thank you. Approve the annual retainer of $2,500 with McCutcheon Enterprises as Crawford County's contracted hazardous materials team.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you. Asking for the approval to replace 2 laptops and 1 desktop administrative computer for the public safety EMA staff at a cost of $3,158.44.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 Thank you. And we're asking to approve the replacement of 3 desktop and 4 laptop administrative computers for the public safety 911 administrative staff at a cost of $6,813.12.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call. Yes.
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 Thank you. And we're requesting approval to replace 6 desktop admin computers for the 911 center at a cost of $10,101.30.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 Thank you. Approve the payment of $21,107 to MCM Consulting for continued work on the 5-year hazard mitigation plan. That will be reimbursed through PEMA.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 Thank you. And also to approve the contract with MCM Consulting to provide a P25 radio needs assessment for Crawford County at a cost of $72,000. Should be covered with our wireless legacy funds.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call. Yes.
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 Thank you, Greg.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Planning.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning, Zach.
First item this morning, we're asking approval to pay an invoice to HRG Engineering in the amount of $17,000 for their November engineering services with the East Branch Trail and Knox and Kane project. This is paid for out of our ARC Power Grant.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 Next, we're asking to approve a payment for Horizon Construction Group in the amount of $142,299.80 for improvements to the Titusville Ed Meyer Complex. This is paid for out of Titusville's 2022 CDBG program.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 Next, we're asking to pay an invoice to Pashik MTR in the amount of $1,808.82 for their December engineering services with the Titusville Ed Meyer Complex project. It is also paid for out of the Titusville 2022 CDBG program.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call. Yes.
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 We're seeking approval for a pay application to Horizon Construction Group in the amount of $180,230.58 for a Knox and Kane construction services. This is paid for out of the ARC Power Grant.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 We're asking for approval to pay an invoice to Venango Borough in the amount of $7,578.94, reimbursing engineering services for the Carl Gurdon Park. This is paid for out of the county's 2021 CDBG program.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 We're seeking approval to pay an invoice to Dyson Helmy in the amount of $3,782.98 for their November engineering services for the Carl Gurdon Park project, and that is reimbursed out of the 2021 CDBG program.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call. Yes.
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 I'm also asking to pay an invoice to Michael Baker International in the amount of $9,132.31 for their contracted services with the county's comprehensive plan. This is paid for out of our state facilities transition closure program.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 The next three items are for ratify. We're asking to ratify approval of a resolution designating myself as the 2024 Community Development Block Grant Program signing authority.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 Next, we're asking for approval to ratify a contract with Cockerton Area Public Library for the use for the Crawford County Planning Commission's public meetings on February 26th and August 26th of this year.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Zach, remind, you may have told me this already. Are any of these locations, is there a cost
There's
associated
no
with any
cost
of them?
for any of the locations that we're
Okay.
using.
Any other discussion? Roll call. Yes.
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 And finally, we're asking for approval to pay an invoice for Adobe Inc. in the amount of $659.88 for Adobe Creative Cloud license, and it is a budgeted item.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 If I may take a moment to put an informational announcement out to the public.
Please
for
do.
folks that are still interested in the whole home repair program, unfortunately, due to overwhelming interest, we've had to close the program. We're still getting phone calls and emails about it. If future funding becomes available, we will reopen, but right now the program is closed.
Thank you, Zach.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for all your work with that. County maintenance. Morning, Mark.
Mark.
Asking to ratify approval of invoices for the remodel of the new finance office on the second floor for $114.73.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 Asking to ratify approval of invoices for the remodel of the new GIS office for $3,500 to Folks Flooring America.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? I've probably said this a dozen times, but with our own maintenance staff, it sure looks good and saves us a lot of money. Certainly appreciate it. The office is up and running if someone wants to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks
They
great.
moved in yesterday, day
Monday.
before? Monday.
Looks great. Okay. Any other discussion? Roll call. Yes.
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 Asking approval to pay Stantec Consulting Services for engineering services on the NPDES permit for the parking lot project behind the courthouse for $7,650.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 And asking approval to pay the Eads Group for engineering services for the parking deck rehab for $854.66.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 Thank you. Sheriff Powers.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning,
Hey,
David.
These all at once.
Yeah, David, I think that if you just want to do A through D, it's probably okay. It's all the same. If you just want to read them out, it's fine. So,
Just to include it, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll just do it.
Yeah, it's for the, I'm asking for approval for the Pennsylvania Sheriff's Association yearly dues. They total $700, and it's a budgeted item.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call. Yes.
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 Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Human Services.
Morning.
Morning,
Morning,
Sue.
Sue.
I'm seeking approval of the purchase requisition to Hagan Business Machines of Meadville for the copier maintenance and supply agreement for the admin Toshiba copier. The contract is a one-year contract beginning on 1/10/24.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 I'm seeking to ratify payment to the Center for Family Services for ERAP 2 admin reimbursements through 12/21/23. The total cost is $77,110.67. There is no cost to the county.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded with a little bit of discussion. Do you have the answers for that yet?
I do not. I haven't heard back from Family Services. I do also need to go through this invoice yet. I went through a previous one, but I need to go through it and just verify what the expenses are. There are a few ads in there that I know offhand we're not going to run through. So the amount will be less than the $77,000.
Okay.
I mean, I would say if you want to amend the motion that pending those outcome of those questions we have, or we can still table
Or
it.
perhaps not to exceed the amount that was,
There's just a few more questions that I think we need to get answered. That's just
Okay.
for me. But I mean, other than that, I think, Sue, have you had any chances? Eric been over there? Eric went over, right?
He went,
Last
no,
week?
actually, he's going tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
So I mean, I would say just as long as those questions are answered, I'm amenable to that. But I don't know. You've reached out for those.
I did. I sent an email when we met. Was that a week ago?
Mhm.
And I have not heard back yet. So
Do you want me to just table it and bring it back?
procedurally, we do have a motion on the floor.
Yeah, and I'm
So-
waiting to. I mean, it's fine. I'm probably going to personally vote no until those questions are answered. But just because I have some concerns with those. But unless you guys want to amend the motion and table it, it's up to you. I just know those questions need answered. So if not, we can call a vote.
I'll move to table.
I'll second that. Let's table that.
Okay. So The motion been made to table this until we get those questions answered. I think it should be fairly quickly. Eric will be there tomorrow. We might be able to get some of those answered, and then we can go from there. Any other discussion? I'll do roll call.
Yes.
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 Okay. Okay, Sue?
I'm seeking
Thank you,
approval to
Steph.
create a program specialist 2 position to oversee and supervise our mental health-based service unit positions.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Probably moved in second, and just again, a little bit of discussion. I do appreciate, for those that don't know, this is not creations of just new positions. We're actually looking at consolidations and adjustments, and I think this is our organizational chart is a moving live document now. And so I do appreciate you guys taking the time to, and I think your own staff has mentioned how they can maybe handle different jobs and tasks. And I think at the end of the day, we'll have a revised organizational chart, but I think it's good for the system. So I do appreciate your guys' time. Any other discussion? Roll call. Yes.
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 I'm seeking approval of the fiscal year 23-24 CYSJP contract with Samantha Egger, MDIT Coordinator, Child and Family Advocate. Samantha's position is funded by a PCCD grant. There's no county match on this grant.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 And finally, I'm seeking approval of the fiscal year 23-24 CYSJP contract with the Children's Home of Pittsburgh for foster care services. We had discontinued contracting with this provider due to not having any active placement with them since April 2018, but we had an emergency placement on January 5th.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion?
There was just one placement to date in that
Yeah.
one? Okay.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 Thank you, Sue.
Thanks.
Thank
Sue.
you.
Finance.
Good morning.
Morning, Stephanie.
Aye.
For your approval, I have the following invoices. Invoice number IN 23-20528 to UPMC Health Plan. It's a refund to them of an overpayment of room and board in the amount of $574.60.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call. Yes.
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 The second is to CHAPS. It's the 2024 budgeted allocation in the amount of $16,600.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 The third is to Active Aging. It is their 2024 budgeted allocation in the amount of $8,000.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 The fourth is invoice number INV 057839 to CCAP. It's our 2024 sixth class CCAP dues in the amount of $17,756.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call. Yes.
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 And the fifth one is invoice number INV 057367, again to CCAP. It is our PCOMP contribution in the amount of $324,955. This is our workers' compensation.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 And for ratification, I have invoice number 155648-0 to PA County's Health Insurance. It's our January 2024 health insurance premium in the amount of $464,236.99.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 The second one is invoice number 83073 to Assured Partners TJS Insurance. It is the 11/1/23 to 11/1/24 general professional liability coverage tail for the care center in the amount of $167,583.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. And just for discussion purposes, this is a requirement for the sale of the home itself and provides coverage beyond the the term, that's what it's for.
It does, it covers long beyond.
Yeah.
So,
Any other discussion? Roll call. Yes.
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 and the third one is invoice number 83069, again, Assured Partners TJS Insurance for the Care Center. It's the 11/1/2023 to 11/1/2027 excess liability coverage in the amount of $21,550.69. Again, a requirement from the sale.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 The fourth is invoice number 001-045-6857 to Pitney Bowes Global Financial Services. It is the lease settlement for the Crawford County Care Center to get us out of their lease for their Pitney Bowes machine. The amount is $1,672.15.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 And finally, to the PA Department of Human Services, again for the Care Center, it's the final 2023 IGT payment for the Care Center in the amount of $3,611,277.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call. Yes.
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 Thank you.
Thank you.
Human Resources.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning, Brittany.
Morning, Brittany.
I'm requesting the approval of the 2024 SHRP membership dues in the amount of $965. This is a budgeted item.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 Thank you.
The County Treasurer.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, Christine.
Here to ask for approval for payment of the 2024 dues for the Crawford County Association of Crawford County Treasurers, start this over.
Yes.
County Treasurers Association of Pennsylvania in the amount of $625. It is a budgeted item.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
And I also ask for the approval for the contract with Government Software Services, Inc. for tax billing agreement for the computer services 2024. This is a budgeted item and has been reviewed by Keith Button.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry,
Yes.
Seeley,
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll handle 22A and Scott can handle 22B.
Okay.
So when we had the applications and the official appointments to the EMS Commission, the commissioners have a consensus to the group in front of us. If there wasn't a consensus, we could have split those out. However, the 15 people on the EMS Commission, there is a general consensus in our discussions that all of these folks would be appointed. So I'll just name them. Bill Taylor, Ambulance Chief, Townville Ambulance Service. Krista Greer, Director of Crawford County Active Aging. Kurt Dennis, a telecommunicator with Crawford County DPS. Dave Basnack, the Director of Emergency Care. Madeira Paraskis, the Ambulance Chief from the Client Lake Area Ambulance Service. Evan Kardosh, the Deputy Chief from Meadville Fire Department. Austin Bates, the Ambulance Captain from the Springboro Fire Department. Earl Mook, a member of the Cockerton Fire Department. Dan Brzee, a Rescue Captain from the Cockerton Fire Department. Amanda Harper, the Secretary-Treasurer from the Borough of Linesville. Tom Perry, the Director of Campus Safety, Meadville Medical Center. Casey Dixon, a resident of the City of Meadville. Mike Forbes, a Supervisor for Union Township. Dan Miller, the Fire Chief from the Balloon Valley Fire Department. And Alte Baskin, a paramedic, and when I mean several EMS and fire organizations. That would be my motion.
I will second that motion.
Okay, properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And Commissioner Show?
Under the Fire Commission, we also have 15 members that applied and we approved. And they are Robert Horvath, who is the Township Manager for Vernon Township. John Fuller, who's an Assistant Fire Chief at the Vernon Central Hose Company. Bob McCartney is an Assistant Fire Chief at Fallowfield Fire Department. Jim Pratt, Fire Chief of West Bead No. 2 Fire Department. Jim Brown is an Assistant Fire Chief for the City of Titusville. Joe Schmock is a Captain for the City of Meadville Fire Department. Josh Manuel, Fire Chief in Townville. Eric Costin, Fire Chief at East Mead Township. John Tracy is the Fire Chief of Conneaut Lake Fire Department. Ryan Sikorsky, he's an Assistant Chief in Cockerton. Bob Weimer is an Assistant Chief in Greenwood. Phil Kuhn is an assistant chief at Sagertown. Brad Johnston, he's a vice president of Westmead Number 1. Pete Albaugh is president of Summit Township, and Chuck Lawrence is the borough manager and past fire chief in Sagertown. And I would make a motion to accept those.
Second that motion.
And properly moved and seconded for 22B. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 Okay, there are some new hires in your packet. I would entertain a motion.
So moved. Sorry.
What do we need?
Second.
Second?
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call. Yes.
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 Okay, for the following updates we have, next work session, February 7th, next full session on February 14th. Commissioner comments, Commissioner Sell.
Looking forward to putting the fire commission and EMS commission together. We certainly have our work cut out for us due to the decline number of volunteers in the county. So we're going to work towards that to make sure that everybody in our county has emergency services available to them when they need them. That's all, Commissioner Henner.
Thank you, Commissioner Seeley.
Yeah, and just to echo that, I mean, the overwhelming number of applications we received for these two commissions was encouraging in a lot of ways, that there's a real desire to fix this and do what's in the best interest of the county. On the elections front, we would just want to remind folks that applications for mail-in and absentee ballots are available, and they have been sent out to those who've requested them, but they are, of course, available online and in our office and can be submitted at any time. We would just also remind, as a friendly reminder to Crawford County voters, as the primary season is underway, two of them are already behind us, and Pennsylvania's is, of course, in April, that at the present time, if you are not registered as a registered Democrat or Republican, the primary election is not available to you. So if you wish to change that status or change your voter status in any way, please contact our Voter Services Office. They'll be happy to help you do that. The Pennsylvania Department of State also can help you with that on their online, on their website. But we, of course, here at Crawford are committed to helping you do that, should you choose to do so.
Thank you, and I'll just add to the election discussion, our elections director, Jessalyn McFarland, has told us that the following places need poll workers, and we think it's important that when you want to have local precincts and you want to keep those precincts in your area, we need your help. So currently she's looking for poll workers in Athens Township, Cambridge Township, the Centerville Borough, Conneaut Township, all precincts in the city of Meadville, Pine Township, Salisbury Township, South Shenango Township, Steuben Township, all precincts in the city of Titusville, Vernon Township, all precincts, Westmead 2, and Woodcock Township. If you're interested, you can send Jessalyn an email, jmcfarland@co.crawford.pa.us, or you can call the Voter Services Office at 333-7307. You could also reach out to any of us as commissioners,
Absolutely.
actually to Chief Clerk Gina, and I will tell you, the educational process is phenomenal. They do a great job. Please don't think that it's something you can't handle. It is a detailed, excellent message we deliver. Not only that, and Gina, if you can correct me while you're right here, we do train in different locations. So where can we have some of those trainings?
We do. So 2 days of the training week, we are here in the assembly room here where we are now for those that want to take the training in the central location. We are, Wednesday of that week, we're located at the Conneaut Lake Borough building for training, and Thursday and Friday, we are at Oil Creek Township in the Titusville area.
Good. So there's different ranges and locations, and like I said, I encourage everybody to think about being a poll worker. This is going to be a very busy election year. Presidential elections are the busiest, and certainly encourage you to be part of the process. We look forward to people stepping up, and I would say it's not volunteers, but the pay might equate that to being a volunteer. But there is compensation, albeit not a ton of money, but we really do it for our service to our community, I think. So if you have any questions, please reach out to any of us or Jessalyn. We definitely need those people. It's very important that we have those people. With that being said, there's no other business. I would entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
We are adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
rest of the board.
Good morning, Luke. How are you? Good.
All right, we'll bring the salary board meeting to order for January 24th, 2024. I need approval of minutes from the January 10th meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now some motions before the board. Sheriff Powers.
I'd like to ratify the rate for Thomas Jones, full-time deputy sheriff, who's completed 3 years of service, effective January 11th, 2024, as set at the December 13th, 2023 salary board at $20.99 an hour.
I'll make that.
Second.
He'll motion and you'll second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's- He
I'll
only,
make a
he had to do it, so Dave will make motion second. Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
On behalf of the correctional facility, Luke, if you'd like to do that.
Yep. I request to ratify the rate for the emergency new hires of Ryan Koblenz, Mackenzie Stark, Michael Scannell, Alex King, and Justin Roman per diem correctional officers, adding to the list effective 1/15/2024 at $15 per hour.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Just a huge thank you for them coming on board. We've been struggling getting and retaining per diems at the correctional facility, so we appreciate them doing so.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, Luke. The courts?
Good morning.
Hi,
Heidi.
We're seeking to make a correction and ratify the 2024 salaries for non-union personnel per the attached list effective January 1st, 2024. It's the part-time court attorney positions that were incorrect the first time around.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Good catch, by the way.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. No other business for the salary board. I entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
We are adjourned. Thank you.
One sec.
I'd like to bring the retirement board meeting to order for January 24th, 2024. First, I need the approval of minutes from the January 10th meeting.
So moved.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. There were no executive sessions. We're ready for you, Gina.
Okay, I'd first like to make the motion for Beth Gross, formerly of Public Safety, to withdraw retirement with a start date of 8/21/2023, last date paid in interest through 11/30/23.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Before I make the next motion, I'd like to ask Brittany, should that, the question arose because he worked 2 days at Human Services. Should it be Human Services that, okay. No, that's okay. We just wanted to make sure we did the motion correctly. Okay.
Is that the nature of the correction, or was there something else?
So that needs corrected and then his last pay day was
Okay.
And I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said that else needed. Last paid day.
Was correct.
Okay. So that is correct now on here? Okay. All right, so I will make the motion for John Christopher Soft, formerly of Human Services, to be vested in retirement with a start date of 1/1/2016, last date paid 1/3/24, and interest ongoing.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Can we just donate all that money to somewhere else? I mean, okay.
I can think of a lot of good places.
Yeah. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And next, I make the motion to ratify the account deduction to Wellington Management for invoice number 202-31231-100-681A in the amount of $28,648.13 for the period of October 1st, 2023 to December 31st, 2023, which was automatically paid from the PNC trust account.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And last, I make the motion to approve the Corn Ferry invoice number 195285805 for January 24 actuarial services in the amount of $2,237 paid from the retirement checking account.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. If there's no other business, retirement board, I'd entertain a motion for adjournment, please.
Second.
We are adjourned. Thank you.